Only thing you gotta worry about is the nigga is cocky as fuck. You need some guts. You need some balls. And that's what I need in a quarterback. I don't want no little pussy ass, soft ass quarterback.
Bobby is hot commodity.
But now let's get into some sports because they say Shedeur is goddamn outperforming Dylan Gabriel. Ha ha ha. What the fuck? Who could have guessed that bullshit?
Wait, who was Dylan Gabriel?
Dylan Gabriel is a motherfucking Hawaiian ass, little ass nigga. This nigga is short as fuck. The nigga goddamn slow as fuck. The nigga goddamn can't see over the O-line. And the nigga left-handed. The nigga was decent at goddamn Oregon. Don't get me wrong.
Was he
decent
drafted?
at motherfucking Oregon. Got drafted in the 3rd round over Shedeur. But then he got drafted to the same team as Shedeur. They drafted Shedeur in the 5th round. Now the Browns love taking risky ass picks. They took Deshaun Watson, gave him a guaranteed $200 million contract when all that shit was going on. They went and goddamn got Johnny Manziel when he was labeled as cocky and an alcoholic and a drug addict and shit. And so then they used to taking the person that's a real big personality at quarterback. They not scared of it. So then it makes sense why the Browns drafted him. But then what's stupid as fuck is, if you was gonna wait to the 5th round, you should have just got the nigga undrafted, honestly. Because why the fuck did you even pick Dylan Gabriel to begin with if the whole idea was to even draft Shedeur? And then because the whole idea wasn't to draft Shedeur, but they was like, this nigga's still here. We got no other choice but to take him. So then they go and take Shedeur, and now that this nigga's outperforming him when he was a top 3 fucking quarterback in college, the nigga goddamn was the most accurate quarterback in the country. Yes, the nigga played on goddamn Colorado. Yes, Colorado was fucking decent. Yes, he didn't play against the top tier SEC talent, but neither did goddamn Dylan Gabriel. They're in the same motherfucking conference. And so then, this nigga's gonna outplay Dylan Gabriel. Everybody knew that this nigga had everybody thought this nigga had a weak ass arm. You could have told by this Hail Mary when he threw it to goddamn Webster on the goddamn last minute in the Hail Mary, that nigga didn't have no weak ass arm. That nigga can get it anywhere he fucking can when he needs to, because I never saw Shedeur goddamn underthrow nobody. Only thing I see goddamn Shedeur doing that he's best at is his sense of pressure is is out of the ordinary. Now that nigga's goddamn tough as fuck. That nigga's gonna stand up in the pocket, he's gonna take the hit, and he delivers a dot. Now I understand that Shedeur had a lot of weapons from Will Shepherd to Travis Hunter to Jimmy Horn. All 3 of them got drafted. Webster's gonna get drafted. That nigga was the nicest one out of all 3 of them, in my opinion, as a true receiver. But then I understand that nigga had weapons. But then you gotta think on it. This nigga goddamn went each and every game with a goddamn the whole country watching this nigga, knowing this is goddamn game of the week. Each and every week, everybody's tuning in to see what the fuck we do. And this nigga did not disappoint, not one time. Now the first year, them niggas did disappoint. I ain't gonna cap. That end of the season, they just crashed out. But it wasn't by Shedeur's fault. Yes, this nigga was arrogant as fuck. Yes, this nigga was cocky. Now he did say that his offensive lineman didn't block for him. How many times did Dylan Raiola get touched and shit like that? So he threw his niggas under the bus and shit, and that shit don't look good. But then, as a goddamn pure talent, this nigga's goddamn the most talented nigga in the draft. That nigga was more talented than Cam Ward. Cam Ward is nice, but you gotta think. Cam Ward, goddamn, he's sitting here, standing in the pocket, straight up, not even moving his feet. Nigga, you cannot do that in the motherfucking league. You only have 3 fucking seconds, and you gotta let that bitch out. Cam Ward is doing a lot of improvising. Cam Ward is doing a lot of, quote unquote, like what Caleb Williams was doing last year. He's doing a lot of running around, letting his receivers get open, and they doing a lot of, they breaking off their routes and shit, and freelancing their routes, and he's doing a lot of improvising. So, but Cam Ward's not fast enough to do that shit in the league. So if that nigga's processing and he don't watch enough film and his processing up here and he's not smart enough, and that's another thing about Shedeur. Shedeur was the smartest quarterback in the draft as well.
Exactly.
There wasn't a quarterback no smarter than Shedeur.
Shedeur is very well spoken and he knows how to handle the media.
Yeah, because that nigga's goddamn been in private school. That nigga's a private school kid. So duh, you know the nigga's well spoken. The nigga's not a thug, so you don't got to worry about off the field troubles. Only thing you got to worry about is the nigga's cocky as fuck. So fucking be it. You need that at fucking quarterback. I'd rather have a cocky ass quarterback than a quarterback that don't know that he's good like that. Because since that nigga's goddamn that confident, he's gonna be willing to make them throws. He's gonna be willing to goddamn step up in the pocket. He's gonna be willing to goddamn force some shit in the tight coverage and goddamn throw some dice. And that's what you're gonna have. You need some guts. You need some balls. And that's what I need in a quarterback. I don't want no little pussy ass, soft ass quarterback. This nigga smart, well spoken. He knows how to be political. But the nigga, that's where he messed up. The nigga thought he was his damn daddy. Now your daddy was looked at as a generational ass pick. Your daddy, and that's at corner. So that's even more goddamn generational because you don't see generational ass corners come out every goddamn other year. So then your daddy was different. You can't be your damn daddy. You feel me? But at the same time, and which is a good humbling experience that the nigga needed. So then he comes in with a chip on his shoulder. That means that the nigga's gonna work harder. That means he's gonna be the last one in practice. That means that the nigga's gonna sit here. He's gonna watch film. He's gonna work even more harder because that big chip on your shoulder, you got a lot of doubters to prove wrong. A lot of people passed over you, even including your own team. So you gotta show your team why the fuck they picked you. You feel me? So then everybody looked over you. So then you gotta prove everybody wrong, the whole world wrong, all the naysayers wrong. So now you got the biggest chip on your goddamn shoulder. And when that nigga goddamn get in, that nigga gonna goddamn take the fuck off. Cause this nigga's been preparing himself for a long time. Because let's think, that's one thing that makes Cam Ward, that's why I think Cam Ward will be a successful NFL quarterback in due time. Do not wait for this nigga to be no rookie coming out and just looking great. Now everybody needs like 4 or 5 years to really start to see what type of player they really about to be. Cam Ward, he's gonna be a day one starter. Now what makes me goddamn feel good about Cam Ward is because that nigga done played so much football. He's a 4-year college football starter. Now when you done played that much football, you done had seen that much different defenses, that much different experience, that much game film, that many different play styles. That nigga was in so many, he transferred I think 3 different times. So then the nigga played in 3 different game styles under 3 different offensive coordinators. So that means that nigga is coachable. That means he's a winner. And that means that he's a fast learner because he can learn the play style and the beat. So then that's one thing that makes me confident that he will come in and be a great NFL player eventually. But then Shedeur, one thing that's the same thing that's working for him. He's a 4-year starter. That's a lot of football. If we got them look in the past, you look at Jaden Daniels and wonder why he was so good. He's a 4-year starter. So he done seen so many different defenses. The nigga's more mature than somebody that's only started 1 or 2 years, but they was good as fucking college because college is way different than the NFL. Shedeur was a 4-year starter, so that's how I know that Shedeur, he's going to come in. He's going to be the same exact way. He's going to be productive. But now one thing that's working for Shedeur is that he's going to be able to sit behind Jameis Winston. No, they don't got Jameis Winston no more. Or do they? I think they have Jameis Winston. But they have Jameis Winston, Deshaun shit. But, I mean, you can still pick his brain. He's done. I mean, Deshaun is done. But I mean, Shedeur, he's not gonna have to be forced to come in day one and start. Shedeur honestly can sit for 1 or 2 years, like I said he needs to, and then he's gonna come in and be like a Jordan Love. He's gonna come in and be like a Tom Brady. He's gonna come in and be like a Aaron Rodgers. Like these niggas came and sat 3-4 years, and then now they're good. Even Michael Penix sat for a whole season and learned how to be a pro before he just got thrown into the fire. But now Cam Ward is just gonna get thrown into the fire because Tennessee is desperate as fuck for a good ass quarterback. And now you got Warren Moon's number, so you gotta goddamn make the most of it. But now Shedeur's really gonna make the goddamn Raiders sick because now as a bust, I already know Ashton Denty, that nigga's gonna be